Today I'm going to show you how I add a mica stamp to cold process soap. The supplies needed for this project are fine mica powder, a rubber mallet, isopropyl alcohol, and some cotton swabs, your choice of stamps, and some freshly made cold process soap. Welcome, this is Jamie at Soap Authority, and before we get started, let's talk about the different kinds of stamps for stamping soap. You can use acrylic stamps or rubber stamps. Now, acrylic stamps are more expensive, usually have a custom order, meaning you have to wait a week to get it, and they're much harder and the edges sharper, making it easier to stamp the soap deeper. On the other hand, rubber stamps are inexpensive, easy to find, and have a lot of varieties to pick from. They're softer, meaning you're going to have to stamp your soap when it's softer. Now, I've picked a few rubber stamps that fit my Valentine's Day theme, and I'm looking for stamps that aren't too detailed and have a thin raised design. Those seem to turn out better. And you may want to experiment on your end cuts with different stamps just to see which ones seem to give you the better results. I'm just going to put about a teaspoon of mica on a plate to start with. I kind of have to decide where I want this stamp to go on my soap. I think I'm going to do it in the middle. I just want to take my stamp and just dab it around in the mica, and I want to make sure I get a good coat on that. Then I'm going to get my mallet, see if I can get this centered here. Once you get it on there, you really don't want to have it move around. Just give it a few taps. A few more maybe. And I really want to press that down and kind of move it around to make sure all surfaces of the stamp touch the soap and push into the soap. Looks pretty good. You can see there's a little bit of mica around the outside where there's dust. It's just kind of a mica dust. You can just wipe that off with your finger if it's not too bad. Now, when stamping with rubber stamps, it's important to do it when your soap is still soft. And your recipe is going to be what determines when you're going to want to stamp your soap. You're going to want to do it right after unmolding or cutting your bars if you have a recipe that has a lot of hard oils like tallow or palm oil. And if it's a softer recipe, it may take a day or two before it's perfect to stamp. You're just going to have to play around with it. Now, if you know you're going to be stamping a particular batch, you might just want to plan ahead and make sure you have a little bit of extra soap in your batch to practice on. So just increase the size of your batch a little bit. Sometimes the excess mica doesn't wipe off all the way, so in a minute I'll show you how to clean it up without ruining your soap.
no one can take it.
Hopefully you can see how I'm rolling the stamp around slightly while I'm pushing down, and sometimes it helps to get eye level with your table to see how much contact you're actually getting. To help with cleanup, I'm going to dip my cotton swab in a small dish of rubbing alcohol, then gently wipe away the excess mica. What's nice is the alcohol dries quicker than water, so you won't end up with a mushy wet soap. Just make sure to press out the excess alcohol if you get too much, or it can cause the mica in the stamped part to run out. As you can see with this one with the flowers on it, there was a streak of mica that I was having a hard time just wiping it off with my finger. See, the alcohol takes it right off, making it look crisp and clean. Here's a before picture and an after picture. The alcohol cleanup method really does make the design look sharper. Once you're done stamping, it's time to clean up. Simply use a sheet of paper to collect the leftover mica so you can funnel it right back into the container. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, leave them below in the comment section. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time for another soap making adventure.